Hi everyone, happy Friday. I've been thinking these days a little bit about perspective. When you're going through an experience, something like we're going through right now, it's really helpful to maintain perspective and not get caught up in the emotions of the moment or the worries of the moment and lose track of yourself in the middle of it and what is important to you. How do you maintain perspective in your life when you're going through whatever you're going through, when things are happening? In some ways, our whole Christian tradition is filled with tools for maintaining perspective. Our spiritual practices are all tools for perspective maintaining. Things like prayer, meditation, walking, pilgrimage, retreat, worship, singing together, all of that help us to be in touch with ourselves and maintain our perspective on life. So, question, what do you do to maintain perspective in your life? For me, the natural world is a deep grounding experience for me and helps me maintain perspective because I get in touch with the cycles of life and the ebb and flow of life and the way that, in my opinion, God has a huge bias towards life, towards beauty, towards the conservation of the universe. That helps me maintain perspective. But I want to share with you a note that I got from my dad today. My dad is a historian, a lifelong historian, and goes right to the roots of who he is as a person. And so history is really important to him, and history gives him perspective. He was a history teacher for the longest time. And he wrote this note to me and to my brothers today. Get ready. This day, May 8th, is etched in my 9-year-old memory. I remember the moon landing, I remember JFK assassination, I remember Canada defeating the Russians in 1972, all very exciting. But for pure emotion, universal joy, none touch the 8th of May. I was on a BC electric bus to school in Vancouver. In those days, news was not fast, and often the papers were the fastest, as they were on that day in 1945. As the bus slowed, as we came to 41st Avenue, we could see the paper box with the sample page 1 showing only 2 letters on the whole page, V and E. The whole bus erupted, and we all got off to see the paper more closely. Later, I remember the newsreels in the theater showing crowds kissing and dancing and hugging and really singing all together. Then I realized I had gotten off the bus early and ran the rest of the way to Kerrisdale Elementary School. When we all, and by now a crowd, got to the school, the principal, WF, for William Francis, that's my dad's name, WF Hudson, was standing on the high landing of the front step telling us, after we stopped cheering, what a momentous day that was. After 6 long, all-encompassing years, there would be peace, that school was over, and we should all go home. Again, I know of no other such powerful emotional public time of joy. Life, as the quote says, is best lived in the moment and best understood in retrospect. That's been a quote that I've been carrying with me all week. It gives me perspective. I have every evidence that we will look back on the experience that we're going through right now and the time that we're in right now and have a deeper, richer understanding of our life and what it means. We will have perspective. We'll see you Sunday.